In this activity, each group will need a farm to fork flowchart, one environmental impact by food group card, and human impact coins. You're going to start by reading through the flowchart. Start at the beginning and follow each crop through to the end. Next, read through the environmental footprint by food group card. If you look at the front and back, there are 7 sections that categorize the different activities required to produce that food and what kind of human impact they cause to our environment. Here's an example of what you'll be doing to identify the steps along the farm to fork path of food that impact our environment. These 5 crops can be grown to extract oil from their seeds. Each of these crops required land to grow. The land was once converted from a natural ecosystem to an agricultural ecosystem. I'll place this coin in the growth column. These crops need water to grow. Water is a natural resource. Some of these crops must be irrigated, and some may be grown in climates with rainfall that is sufficient for their growth. All of these crops require various inputs. They require fertilizer to supplement the soil. They may need pesticides to protect them from pests. They require tractors and implements that have entire secondary supply chains that use natural resources to produce and create what the farmer needs to grow the crop. Still in the growth section of the flowchart, there are greenhouse gas emissions. Did you know that carbon is emitted into the atmosphere whenever soil is tilled? Moving to the harvest section of the flowchart, transportation is required. On the farm, fuel is required to run tractors and trucks that take the crop from the field to the processor. Greenhouse gases are emitted whenever soil is disturbed, especially if the soil is left bare or exposed after harvesting. As oilseed crops are harvested and processed, they will produce waste or portions of the plant that are not used. Waste on the farm can also come from crop loss. If pests or drought destroy portions of a crop, all of the fertilizer, water, and other inputs used to grow the crop are used, but don't produce something that humans can actually use. Transportation is required throughout the farm to fork process. Now we're going to be moving the product from the processor to a distributor. More energy is required to run refrigeration systems or cold storage, lights, etc. Moving to the final products of these oil seeds, any product that is not used within its shelf life would be considered waste. All of the natural resources that went into the production of the product were squandered. Most processing systems require water for various activities. Once processing is complete and the product is ready for distribution, it needs to be transported again. More energy is required to run refrigeration systems or cold storage, lights, etc. Moving to the final products of these oil seeds, any product that is not used within its shelf life would be considered waste. All of the natural resources that went into the production of the product were in essence squandered. More transportation is going to take place to take the product from the store to the home. If we look at the entire process from farm to fork, you can see where activities take place that use up natural resources. Think of these as coins. This is what it costs our environment to produce agricultural crops for our use. An environmental scientist could be much more detailed, but this gives an introductory look.